Hello everybody. In this video I'm gonna talk about addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions. We already studied in the very basic level of math how we can add and subtract the simple fractions. As an example, I'm just refreshing your mind. 2/5 plus 1/5, the simple fraction. If you remember, when the denominator were the same, we just write the same denominator and add the numerator. We have the same denominator, write the same denominator and add the numerator, which is going to be 3/5. Now, in this level, we want to learn how we can add algebraic fraction. Let's say 2/x plus 1/x. The rules are exactly the same. When we have the same denominator, just write the same denominator and do the algebraic addition of the numerator. 2 plus 1, which is going to be 3/x. Can you see? This calculation are exactly the same. When with the denominator are the same, write the same denominator and add the numerator. Let's do another example with the same denominator. 2x plus 1/x minus 2. Okay, plus or minus 3x minus 2/x minus 2. Okay. Again, addition and subtraction are the same. We are doing the same thing. When the denominator are the same, write the same denominator, x minus 2, and do the algebraic addition of numerator. So it's going to be 2x plus 1 minus 3x minus 2. Okay, so when the denominator are the same, write the same denominator and do algebraic addition of numerator. Now let's continue. It's going to be x minus 2, then 2x plus 1. This negative effect inside the bracket, negative times positive, is going to be minus 3x, and negative times negative is going to be positive 2. Now we have to simplify the fraction. Add up the like term for the numerator. 2x minus 3x is going to be minus x, plus 1 plus 2 is going to be plus 3/x minus 2, and this is going to be the final answer. As you see, when the denominator are the same, just write the same denominator and do the algebraic addition of numerator. Let's see when the denominator are different, what we should do. Again, I'm refreshing your mind for simple fraction. Let's say 2/5 plus 3/12. Let's say 15 or 15. Okay, now what's the LCM between 5 and 12? Remember, we should convert the denominator to the prime factors, which is, I can write it as 2/5 plus 3/3 times 5. Yeah, if we convert 15 to the prime factor, it's going to be 3 times 5. Now, what is the LCM? What is the LCM between 5 and 3 times 5? Or 5 and 15? I just converted to prime factor. If you remember, the LCM is common and uncommon factor with the greatest exponent. For this one, 3 is uncommon, so we should select 3, and greatest exponent is 1. 5 is common factor, select the 5 with the greatest exponent, again is 1. So 3 times 5 is the LCM. Now rewrite the fraction using the LCM. Okay. Then 3 times 5 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 divided by 3 times 5 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Now we have the same denominator. Write the same denominator. I'm just writing 15, simplifying. As 6 plus 3, which gonna be 9 over 15. And as you remember, we always have to reduce the fraction to simplest form. We can reduce by 3, which gonna be 3 over 5. Okay? Actually, this one at the beginning we can simplify is 1 over 15 if we simplify. Then 1 over 5. 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5 is going to be 3 over 5. But I use this calculation to show you what is the rule in the simple fraction. Now, we want to use the same rule in algebraic fraction. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's say 5 over x squared y z plus 7 over x y squared. Let's say we want to add these two fractions. Okay. Now find the LCM. All of them are in the factor format, prime factor. We cannot factor them anymore. So what is the LCM? LCM is common and uncommon factor with the greatest exponent. So we have x here, we have x here, so x is common, and the greatest exponent is 2. Means this one is 1, this one is 2, so it's going to be x2. We have y here and y here, which is y is the common factor, and the greatest exponent between these two again is 2. We have z here and no z here, so we should pick the uncommon factor as well, and the greatest exponent is 1. So x squared y squared z is the LCM between these two, right? Now rewrite the fraction using the LCM. X squared y squared z. Now same as the simple one that we already did. X squared y squared z divided by x squared y z. If it's hard to calculate, just write in this format. X squared y squared z divided by x squared y z. Okay, then this x squared and this x squared cancel each other. This y by these two cancel each other. This z and this z is cancel each other. So x squared y squared z divided by x squared y z is gonna be y. Y times 5 is gonna be 5y. And for the second one, x squared y squared z divided by x y squared. So it's gonna be xz. Again, if it's hard for you to calculate mentally, just divide it. X squared y squared z divided by x y squared. Then this x and this exponent cancel. This y squared and this y squared cancel each other. Xz is the remaining part. The xz multiplied by 7 is going to be 7xz. Now we have the same denominator. Write the same denominator and do the algebraic addition of numerator, which the denominator is x squared y squared z, and it's going to be 5y plus 7xz. This is the algebraic addition of the fraction with different denominator that we have to find LCM. Remember, if it was subtraction, it was the same. Instead of addition, we just put the subtraction. Now, let's do another example. Let's do this one. 4 over x plus 3 plus 3 over x plus 2. Okay, we want to add these two. So the LCM, we cannot factor any of them. They are in the non-factorable format or in the prime format. So what is the LCM? LCM is just combination of these two. Is x plus 3 times x plus 2. And for the other one, x plus 3, x plus 2. Okay, it's same as I'm adding 2 over 5 plus 1 over 3. Can you see 5 and 3 both are prime numbers? It means it's in unfactorable format. So the LCM is multiplication of these two. 15 plus 15. Yeah, 3 times 5, 3 times 5. Same as this one. X plus 3 times x plus 2. X plus 3 times x plus 2. Now, if you compare this one, 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. I'm just writing a step by step. 15 by 5 is 3 and multiple 3 times 2. We do the same thing at the top. X plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2 divided by x plus 3. If I write in this format, x plus 3 x plus 2 divided by x plus 3. Yeah, x plus 3 x plus 2 divided by x plus 3. Then this x plus 3 and this x plus 3 cancel each other. The result gonna be x plus 2 times the top. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 2. Same as here. X plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2 divided by x plus 3. The result is gonna, the remainder is x plus 2 times the top times 4. So it's gonna be 4 x plus 2. Okay. For the second one, x plus 3 x plus 2 divided by x plus 2 is gonna be x plus 3. X plus 3 times top is gonna be 3 times x plus 3. Okay. Now we have the same denominator. Just write the same denominator and simplify. So is x plus 3 x plus 2. For the top is 4x plus 8. Let me write it step by step to don't confuse it. So it's gonna be 4x plus 2 plus 3x plus 3. Right? I write the same denominator and did the algebraic addition of numerator. Now let's simplify it. Is 4x plus 8. 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3x, and 3 times 3 is 9, plus 9. The denominator is the same, x plus 3, x plus 2. I'm not multiplying these two because maybe I can cancel from the top. I can reduce from the top at the end. Now, let's simplify this one. 4x plus 3x is going to be 7x. 8 plus 9 is 17 over x plus 3, x plus 2. As you see, it's not possible to simplify it. So, this one going to be my final answer. Okay, this one is the final answer for this question. Let's do another example. Let's do another example of that's x over x plus y minus 2y squared over x squared minus y squared. Okay. For doing the algebraic addition of these two fractions. What we should do? First of all, look at here. This one is in non-factorable format. It's prime factor. But this one, x squared minus y squared, is the difference of perfect square. So how can I write this one? It's going to be the first fraction remain the same, x over x plus y minus 2y squared. The denominator, I can write it as x minus y, x plus y. Do you remember the difference of perfect square? X minus y over x plus y. Now, what is the LCM between these two? The LCM is common and uncommon factor with the greatest exponent. Okay, x plus y and x plus y are common. So we pick only one of them, x plus y. And the greatest exponent is 1. And x minus y is the common factor, uncommon factor. So we should pick this one as well. Okay. Now, rewrite the other fraction. X minus y, x plus y. Now, x plus y, x minus y divided by x plus y. The remaining part gonna be x minus y, because x plus y and x plus y cancel each other when we are dividing. The remaining part is x minus y, multiple y top, which is x, is gonna be x minus y. Okay, again, x plus y, x minus y, yeah, x plus y, x minus y divided by x plus y, divided by x plus y. Then this x plus y and this x plus y cancel each other. X minus y is the remaining part. Multiple y top, which is x. Multiple y numerator, which is x. The result gonna be x minus y. Oh, I write in x minus y, sorry. Okay, not in this one. At the first fraction. Yeah, x plus y, x minus y divided by x plus y is remaining is x minus y, multiple y top, which is x times x minus y. For the second fraction, x minus y, x plus y divided by x minus y, x plus y is going to be 1. 1 times the top is going to be the same, 2y squared. Or because the denominator is the same, the numerator remains same. Now, we have the same denominator. We have the same denominator. Just write the same denominator and do the algebraic addition of numerator, which is gonna be x plus y, x minus y, or x minus y, x plus y. It doesn't matter. I switch these two. It doesn't matter. So for the top, it's gonna be x minus y minus 2y squared. Right now, expand the top and simplify. I'm not multiplying these two because maybe I'll be able to cancel this one. X times x is going to be x squared. X times minus y is going to be minus xy for this part. X squared minus xy and minus 2y squared is the top, and the bottom is x plus y, x minus y. Okay, now x squared minus 2y squared minus xy. It seems that I cannot simplify these ones anymore. Yeah, x squared xy minus 2xy, I cannot simplify it. So this one gonna be our final answer, or I can rewrite it as x squared minus xy minus 2y squared over x squared minus y squared. I just expand these two. Okay, and this one gonna be our final answer. Again, I factor the second one and then find the LCM and then simplify them. Or maybe I made mistake. Oh, now this one is factorable. This one is gonna be factorable. This one gonna be factorable. Okay, let's show you how we can factor this one. because x squared, right? So I can open two brackets. Is a trinomial. Can you see trinomial? X squared, xy, 2y squared. I can open a bracket. The first term is gonna be x. The second term, we should find two numbers. When we multiply them, get negative 2y. When we multiply these two numbers, the result should be negative 2y squared. And when we add these two numbers, the result should be negative 1. The addition should be negative 1. Okay? Because look at here, we have y common in both of them. Just look at, we should find two numbers. When we multiply them, the result be negative 2. When we add them, the result be negative 1. What are those numbers? Because this multiplication sign are negative, it means two numbers should have different signs. So the numbers are going to be 1 and 2. Okay? Because this one is negative, they should have different sign. And because the addition is negative, it means bigger number should be negative. So negative 2 and positive 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. And because of this y is negative 2y and positive 1y. Okay? Negative 2y times negative 1y is going to be negative 2y squared. Negative 2y plus 1y is going to be minus 1. So I can, the second term of this one is going to be minus 2y, and this one is plus y or 1y. Okay, now what is the denominator? X plus y, x minus y. Okay, now and you see this x plus y and this x plus y cancel each other. What should be the final answer? The final answer is x minus 2y over x minus 1. Okay. This is the subtraction of the fraction. Let's do one more example. Let's do this example. Five over a squared minus a minus 6. A squared minus a minus 6 plus 1 over a squared minus 5a plus 6. A squared minus 5a plus 6. Okay, let's do these two fractions. First of all, if we cannot find LCM, because first we have to factor these two, then find the LCM. For the first one, we should find two numbers. When we multiply, can you see it's a squared? So I can write it as open two bracket and a is first one. For the second one, we should find two numbers. When we multiply them, the result be negative 6. When we add them, the result be negative 1. Those numbers are negative 3 and 2. Yeah? Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So a minus 3, a plus 2. This is for the first one. What about the next one? Again, open two brackets. The first term is going to be a. The next term, when we multiply, find two numbers. When we multiply them, get plus 6. When we add them, get negative 5. Those two numbers are 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And because this sign is negative, it means they should be negative 2 and negative 3. So negative 2, negative 3. Can you see negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6, negative 2 plus negative 3 are positive negative 5, and the numerator remains the same. Now, find the LCM between these two. What is the LCM? A minus 3 is common. So, A minus 3. A plus 2 is uncommon. Pick up A plus 2. And A minus 2 again is uncommon. Okay, the LCM is common and uncommon factor with the greatest exponent. A minus 3 is common between these two. A plus 2 is uncommon, and the greatest exponent for all of them are 1. And A minus 2 is uncommon. Now divide the first one by the LCM by the first fraction. A minus 3 and A plus 2 cancel. A minus 2 is going to be remaining part. Multiple by top is going to be 5 A minus 2. Now divide the same thing by this one. A minus 3 and A minus 2 gonna be cancelled. A plus 2 is remaining part. Times 1 is gonna be plus 1 times A plus 2. I just combined these two steps. I didn't rewrite the fraction with the LCM. I just combined them. Okay. Now simplify it. It's gonna be 5A minus 10. And for this one, A plus 2 plus A plus 2. Okay. Then the denominator is going to remain the same. I'm not writing it again. Then 5A plus A is 6A, and minus 10 plus 2 is going to be minus 8. Okay. Now we can factor from 2, which going to be, if we factor from 2 is 3A minus 4, which is not cancelling the denominator. 5A 6A minus 8, yeah, I didn't make mistakes. 5A minus 10, no, it's the same thing. Now, for this one, I can, if I want to simplify it, A plus 2, A minus 2 is going to be A square minus 4. So, but I can remain the same thing. It's going to be A minus 3. And this one is going to be A square minus 4. A square minus 4. And this one is going to be the final answer. We cannot cancel it anymore. Okay, this part was all about the addition and subtraction of fractions. I hope that you enjoy this video and it will be useful for all of you. Thank you and see you in next videos.